Colitis gets diagnosed when doctors do a colonoscopy and they find inflammation in the colon. The first part of the word means colon. The second part of the word is Latin for inflammation, itis. Now, it will be called pancolitis if there's inflammation throughout the whole entire colon. It will be called ulcerative colitis if they see a lot of bleeding in the colon. And it will be called diverticulitis if they find pockets here. Now, they'll probably also do an MRI to check to see if there's inflammation in the small intestine, which would get diagnosed as Crohn's disease. So if you have inflammation here and here, it should be called Crohn's and colitis. So I was diagnosed with both Crohn's and colitis. I treated 100% naturally. It is gone. And I did that with the help of something called GNM. This was discovered by Dr. Hammer. He could look at your brain CT scan and know exactly what health conditions you had because he figured out that it's actually controlled from your brain. There would be a ring in a very specific location every single time, depending on what disease it was. And so for gut issues, it's a conflict of, if it's the small intestine, what is something I want to digest and absorb that's important to me, but I can't? And if it's colitis, it's what's crap I want to get rid of, but I can't. And so it's this process of fully, like, let's say it's a breakup. It's fully resolving that conflict for you where, you know, you change your perspective or you get a new boyfriend or you get a new girlfriend or you get back together. Everybody's solution to this conflict is different. But once that conflict gets resolved, they're usually traumatized on a subconscious level. And every time they see PTSD triggers of the breakup, man, the breakup was when I saw her dating my brother. And now every time I talk to my brother, I get diarrhea. Just becoming consciously aware of that connection a lot of the times stops the diarrhea. But you might have multiple PTSD triggers. You know, you might have found out about this through a Snapchat. And now every time you open up Snapchat, you get diarrhea. Sometimes you get angry when you encounter these PTSD triggers. A lot of the times you don't feel any emotions whatsoever. So what I've done is I've created like a 13-day protocol that I take people through that helps them find this traumatic event and weed out these PTSD triggers and just help you understand how a traumatized mind works and, you know, what your gut is actually doing. Because in modern medicine and holistic medicine, they have a hard time fixing these things because they just don't understand what is going on behind the scenes. I have a free webinar. On my website that's a free mini version of my 13-day protocol.